What's up, YouTube? This is Pops here with Tri-Mode Gaming, and on my command station I have today, we have Mocking Falcon to be able to run the station, so we can actually give you a game room tour today. So we'll start you off with our arcade section. If you take a little bit of time to go around and let me pan it, we'll start you off with a DK barrel I made to be able to hold my Pandora 5s, so we can do a little multicade. And then right next to that is my little addiction of Final Fantasy. Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy for quite a while. I have pretty much all the games except Final Fantasy 14, even some Japanese titles. And then we'll go ahead and show you a little bit of our arcade section we have right here. And in our arcade section we have the original Mario Brothers cabinet, which I have yet to beat because it is quite hard. And then above that we got some Rob the Robot, Super Scope, a couple accessories for Nintendo. And then right next to Mario Brothers, we have Sharpshooter and an Invasion. We like our shooters. We are shooters. I grew up playing Halo. My son plays Fortnite now, and that's what we're into. We're into a lot of shooter games. But above the shooter games, we actually have the Skylanders figures. We don't have all of them, but we're working on it. And I'm sure we'll eventually get them all, like all game hunters. We actually try to find everything that we need. And over here is a game that it was a must-have to have in the arcade. It was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I played this as a kid, grew up trying to fight people on the arcade machine, see who could be the best, get the top score, what they used to do back in the day. And then we'll move you over here to our console section. And as you can see in our console section, we have the Xbox. We do favor Xbox because I did play a lot of Halo growing up. But as you can see, we are not biased by any means because we actually also have the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and a couple variants that you can see on top. And then we'll continue over to the Nintendo section, which I grew up a lot playing Nintendo and Sega. That's why I have a lot of Nintendo and Sega games. As you can see, we got the regular NES, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube with the Game Boy player underneath, Super Nintendo, Wii U, Wii. Yeah, these are all the consoles that the kids actually play as well. I mean, they love to play the Duck Hunt over on my CRT TV I have over in the theater section, which you guys will see later. And then we'll show you a little bit of our Sega section, which we have the Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Master System, and the Saturn over there. And up above it, we have the Tower of Power that's on top of the Sega CD platform with the Genesis, and then the smaller Sega CD. Which, you gotta have all those. Those are the things that you gotta have inside your game room if you're gonna be a collector. And then we'll carry you guys over here to the old section of the Ataris, the ColecoVision, the Intellivision, and then we got a Action Max, which is down there at the bottom, and like the TurboGrafx, the Atari Jaguar, and then you guys can see we also have a 3DO Rio player right over here, which, gotta have it. And I know you guys are wondering about all the flat panel TVs playing these old retro games, but when it helps out on electricity, when you have this much stuff, you gotta kind of take a hit somewhere, and that's what we had to do. So we got one CRT TV if we want to take it back to the old days and get the best view out of the retro consoles that you all know that love and play the way it should be played. But we got to do what we got to do. And then we'll take you over into our theater section, which you can actually see. We got a projector up here for the theater section. And in our theater section holds all of our games. We got this Nintendo section we're going to be coming up upon. And you can actually see it is quite a bit. I do favor the Nintendo a lot. Just because it's a staple. If it wasn't for Nintendo, we almost might not even have video games. We all might be playing Oregon Trail on the computer like we did in school. So yeah, we gotta thank Nintendo for that. Kind of doing a saving grace. But then you can actually see over here we got the Xbox, the 360, and the Xbox One game. I don't have many of One's as a actual physical copy because I got a lot of digital. I probably have almost 400 copies on the digital version just because I don't like to run down here to be able to grab a copy and run back upstairs. Sometimes I'm lazy, you know, it happens. And then we'll come over here where we got some movies on the bottom, then television games, the Virtual Boy, some handheld games. And up top we got our little mini arcades, which yes, they all do work. And then our little theater section, which you can see there's a projector pull down right there. And we'll continue into the Atari section, a little bit of the more movies and carry over of the PlayStation section. Because you know I'm running out of room of PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation was like the third console I had, and then I ran with it until the PlayStation 3. Which we all know what happened with the PlayStation 3. But then we'll show you guys the CRTV Shure station that I made. It's got underneath, you can actually see, it's got the little Sega Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails. It does light up pretty nice, which, you know, there'll be another time when we're doing a gaming video. We'll show you guys what it looks like. And then over here is more of our Sega, the Sega CD, the Saturn, the Master System, you know. And then right here we have our seating area for our projector. So I do appreciate you guys coming out and joining us on the game room tour. And, you know, if you guys see something or you guys want us to actually try something, you know, some type of game, you know, Mocking Falcon against me, we'll go ahead and do that because I want to see how bad he really is with these old games. And that's what our station, our channel is going to be about, old versus new. So we'll be signing out. Thank you for joining us.